Big day for Corey Kent. Album is out.
Woo!
What's up, Corey? Good to see you, man. Good morning.
Come on. It is a good morning. I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
How long is this, do you remember, you're working, of course you remember all this. This is the dumbest thing. Do you remember when you're struggling to pay your bills? And
remember that one time?
Yeah, last week.
Yes. It's crazy business, isn't it?
It is, man. I remember vividly. Actually, I was driving home the other day having this thought, I'm in I drive a 96 Bronco that's just this hunk of steel.
Like the OJ
right?
Bronco.
It looks exactly like the OJ Bronco.
Okay.
It's white. It's I found it, this guy was selling it, has 60,000 miles on it. It might be the OJ Bronco. I don't know.
That would be awesome.
Anyway, I was driving home through my neighborhood, and we live, on a few acres, and it's a recent move for us to a place like that.
Nice.
And we're in Texas, this town called Salina, a really beautiful Friday Night Lights kind of town. And I was driving home, and I just had this thought of, man, if I died right now, I could say I lived the full roller coaster of life. I've been in the place where I had a family of 5, and we were below the poverty line, and we're like, where does the next meal come from? How are we going to do this? And I've been in the place where I've seen my dream come true. It's just been such a full life, and I've gotten married, and I've had kids, and I've just had so many beautiful things happen to me. But what makes the highs higher is going through the lows and knowing the exact opposite, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember that. I mean, it was 2021. That was probably the worst financial year I've ever had. We had to sell our house to keep paying the band, to keep the dream alive. And
wow.
And
was there a point where you're just like, this isn't worth it?
There were a few times where I was tempted to buy the lie. Yeah. But luckily my wife was always really supportive, and even my in-laws, even my folks, everybody they never gave up hope on my behalf. Even when I went from, playing on national television, providing a great living for my family, to restarting and going to work for a pavement company for a paycheck that really couldn't support our family.
Is that what you were doing through the downtime?
Yep. Through the pandemic, I worked at Tissio Paving in Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
And I was playing at a Mexican restaurant for free Mexican food. I mean,
wow.
it was wild, because it was after I was opening for Toby Keith. It was after, I was getting on an airplane and people were recognizing who I was and wanting to take pictures.
Yeah.
Then I go to work for a pavement company.
Yeah.
And so I remember it well. It was a crazy time.
Says a lot about you, though. I mean, it really does. So that you're willing to keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. I always remember
But
that.
it's also hard, though, Dee, to be able to put your pride aside and say, you know what, I've got to make the ends meet.
But also shows what's important, which is the family.
I look
Keep it
back
going.
on that, and I do think the circumstance was nobody could play music. It wasn't just me. It wasn't like Luke Combs was still on tour.
Right.
Yes.
Nobody could do it.
That's right.
And so I just remember seeing that moment as like a caution lap in a NASCAR race. It's like everybody had to stop.
Yeah.
We're resetting. And I went, all right, I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to keep, writing and recording as much as I can, as much as I can afford to do, which was not often. But during that time, I was like, when the gates open again, when that pace car leaves the track, I will not be outworked.
That's right.
And during that time, I started recording Wild as Her.
Wow.
I was still working at the pavement company. And so when the proverbial, pace car left the track, I was like,
You were there.
pedal to the metal, let's go. And we started putting out a song every 6 weeks, and it just started to snowball.
That's awesome.
The album is called Black Bandana, and Corey Kent is in the studio. It's out now. We're going to play some. He's got his guitar.
Yeah.
Got a coffee. He's double-fisted here. I don't know what's happening here. It's going to be crazy. We're going to do that. Corey Kent's in the studio. Coming right back. Hang on. Corey Kent in the studio with us. So the new album is out. It's called Black Bandana. And we're going to play some stuff from I guess we're playing some of the album.
What gang are you in with the Black Bandana?
The gang that never gives up, man. That honestly, that's what the Black Bandana kind of has turned into this symbolic thing. It started as, my favorite pastime is hopping on a motorcycle and disappearing. I mean, that's what I love to do to kind of clear my mind. And it started out as something you wear if you don't want to catch a rock to the face or swallow a bug when you're riding.
Yeah.
And then it kind of turned into this symbolic thing, like just like we were talking about with my story, there were so many moments, so many exit ramps where it looked way easier to give up. And I think most people probably would have. And the one thing I attribute success to is against all odds, when everybody else might quit, you be the one that stays the course. Like, and we started to realize that the exact opposite of a black bandana was a white flag.
Yeah.
And so we kind of took that, rolled with it, wrote this song, and as soon as we got done with the song, we realized, shoot, this record has to be Black Bandana.
Oh, wow.
It was actually supposed to be a record called Bixby, which is the town I'm from.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got done writing the song, we were out at our ranch in Texas, staring out the window, of our ranch and watching my kids. We have some horses out there, and it just came together beautifully. We were staring at this beautiful picture of real life, and wrote this song and went, shoot, everything that we've been working towards, we've got to completely reassess now, because this
feel
is the
bad
record.
for the people of Bixby. They don't get their album.
They're going to, man. It's not been scrapped. It's
Next
just
one.
the timeline has been rearranged.
Okay.
The song itself, man, it's Bixby is unreleased, obviously, and we had 2 sold-out shows in Tulsa and at Kane's Ballroom, and the fans were amazing those 2 nights, and we ended up playing an encore, which we never do. I'm pretty against like half-hearted encores. Walked back out and played this song called Bixby, and to my knowledge, I think there's like a YouTube video of it maybe that exists, but outside of that, there's no way to listen to it. And they knew the song. Like, they knew every word to it. And so I do feel bad that we're going to make our fans wait a little bit longer on that song, but
It's going to be worth it.
this is the right move. Black Bandana, the record, is what was supposed to be released right now. So it's tough, man. You got so much music and so many things to say as an artist, and trying to put them out in the right order is a challenge.
Yeah. Oh, we'd love to hear some of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna play you the lead single off this record. This is called "This Heart." Yeah, hey. I'm up to no good again, burning through a second wind, turning these doubles into nothing, trying to drown something burning down in my chest. It's beating me black and blue, like only goodbye'll do. Wish I could just drop it, but I got a problem, and it ain't even you. It ain't even you. Damn, this heart and everything that comes with it. Damn, this missing you every night feeling. I'd rip it out, girl, if I didn't need it. If you're gonna break it, why don't you keep it? It ain't doing nothing but keeping me up. I can't help it, it just loves what it loves. Hurt like hell when you tore it apart, but I didn't know that it would take it this hard. Damn, this hard. It's like it don't understand we're as done as we've ever been. Yeah, I wish I never felt it. Nothing I can tell it. It's dragging me through hell and back again. Damn, this heart and everything that comes with it. Damn, this missing you every night feeling. I'd rip it out, girl, if I didn't need it. If you're gonna break it, why don't you keep it? It ain't doing nothing but keeping me up. I can't help it, it just loves what it loves. Hurt like hell when you tore it apart, but I didn't know that it would take it this hard. Damn, this hard. Damn, this hard. Yeah. It's beating me black and blue, like only goodbye'll do. Wish I could just drop it, but I got a problem. It ain't even you, no, it ain't even you. Damn, this heart and everything that comes with it. Damn, this missing you every night feeling. I'd rip it out, girl, if I didn't need it. If you're gonna break it, why don't you keep it? It ain't doing nothing but keeping me up. I can't help it, it just loves what it loves. Hurt like hell when you tore it apart, but I didn't know that it would take it this hard. Damn, this hard. Damn, this hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're all right. Corey Kent. Wow, man. Jeez. The album Black Bandana, it is out. It is available. You can get it. Go get it. And support Corey and what he's doing. Before you go, I have a favor.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that. We'll come back more with Corey Kent next. Hang on. Corey Kent is kind enough to come on by and talk about his new album, which is out. It's called Black Bandana, playing some music in the studio with us and just kind of hanging out. Great story, too. So when you were on The Voice and you got up to the top 8 and doing the live shows and all that, and you did a song, and then that was it. You already smile. But you know what? The thing is, I like it. I love it. And
The song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you
Is this
play
going to
it
remain
anymore?
a mystery for all of us, or what's going on?
Do you play it anymore?
No, I don't. You're talking
hate
about
it?
the 80s hair metal song that I did?
Yeah, When I See Your Smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Bad English.
Bad
Bad
English. And so is it like so? Yeah, I don't want to touch that anymore.
Is it a scar?
Yeah.
No, not really. The way that I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but the way that show works is you don't always get the song that you request. So because they got to take so many artists into consideration, and they got to take so many licensing things into consideration, that I had, basically preffed, which is what they call like choosing which songs in what order you want. And I preffed all these songs, and I had never heard
Oh wow.
the song
Okay.
When I See You Smile. I'd never heard it. I was unfamiliar with Bad English.
So they said, hey, we know what you want, but this is what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And, I don't know. It's reality TV more so than a music competition in some ways.
Yeah.
And, I really don't know why that happened, but it kind of, I don't know, it kind of ticked me off whenever it happened, because I was like, man, I have all, I don't even know this song, and you gave me 3 hours to learn it before I got to sing it in front of Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be tough. So, but I got it was good motivation, really. Because I was
wish
like,
that you could explain. I wish that could be explained on the show.
Yeah. He's only got 3 hours.
you
That
know,
would actually
make
make
a thing-
really good TV.
it was crazy.
would.
So we went straight from elimination on live TV. Like, they were, reading off who was going to stay and who was going to go. And I made it through to the next round. And then they were like, here's your song. In 3 hours, Reba will be here, and you got to sing it in front of her. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this song? So I went and learned it, and it made me extremely motivated to do that song better than I'd ever, perform better than I'd ever performed on the show. Just kind of as this added motivation of like, it felt like the cards were stacked against me at that point.
They were.
And I was like, well, I'm going to show everybody, and so I went out there and actually had probably my best performance on the show at that point. And Blake, who was my coach at the time, and I haven't talked about this in years. Gosh, this is crazy to be talking about this. But
It's therapy. Your family's about to walk in and tell you need help. Is today the day you could help?
it might be. But he said, you just had your moment on this show. You're peaking at the right time. Everybody wishes they had their moment at the show, at this point in the show. And so I felt like really good on the note that I went out on. I ended up getting axed, right after. But it actually ended up being a really good thing, blessing in disguise, because, it freed me up from any sort of record deal that was tied with it, and allowed me to, for the next handful of years, figure out my sound, figure out the lane that I was going to carve out in country
I
music.
find it interesting, too.
So-
It's usually the people who don't win lately in the last several years, the people who don't win are the ones who have a better career.
Yeah, I mean, I look around at, people from, there's not a lot of people still in music that were on that show with me.
Right.
So I think that the tough part about those shows is there's
you really should say that again.
Say their names.
You should remember that.
I did walk
when-
out with a chip on my shoulder, dude.
Yep.
I really did. And I went, all right, well, if I can't win this competition, I'm going to win in real life.
Yeah.
And it was good motivation. I learned a lot. I made some friends. Everybody was kind, but I it's the most fun I'd never want to have again. And I moved on and I kind of put that behind me. I don't know if you guys know that, but I ended up as a result, dropping my last name off of my artist name and moving forward and kind of just distancing myself from that chapter in
I
life
didn't know that.
because it would have been really easy to go, I'm Corey from season whatever. And I just never wanted to do that. I wanted people to take the music seriously, not the track record.
Right.
Like whatever
Not the
was
character
next.
that
Yeah.
they
Not
thought.
the persona that you saw on TV. Like it's
it was
about the
edited
music.
a certain way anyway.
Yeah, it was about the music.
Smart.
So I cut ties with that and thankful for the opportunity, but I like life on this side of music a lot better. It was like the Hunger Games for musicians,
Well, you've come out well.
The odds are in your favor.
That's right. Black Bandana. It's available now. It's a new one from Corey Kent. Dude, it's good to see you. Congrats on
Yeah,
everything,
thank
brother.
you guys for having me.
All right. Well, that was great. That was good. You did good.
Thank you.
I have no idea what it was because this is taped afterwards, but
You were
You sh-
amazing, though.
thanks. Appreciate it.